Life is too precious to waste. Gather your memories of good times, special occasions, and your life's greatest accomplishments, and then make your mark. Every minute counts.
I got a plan, some sort of strategy. Hold my calls and get in touch with ESD. Give them the message, give them a red alert. Tell them I need them, tell them it's time to work. Tell them I'm home. Thinking of my prophets, going out in the world to teach knowledge to the brothers and sisters that don't know about the mother, about the right way to go. Thinking of a master plan. Interesting story, that one. We were going through, at the time, late 80s, when I first recorded that, going through Reaganomics and all of that. And Nelson Mandela was, incarcerated at the time, and there was just a lot of things on my mind at the time. I wanted Master Plan to kind of define what I was thinking at the time, what I was thinking about politics and guns and drugs in the community, and just the politics that we play every day in the street. And I didn't want to become overbearing, because I know sometimes when you listen to lyrics, they could, be overbearing, or you could scream them too loud that people don't want to listen. I wanted people to hear every word that I had to say. And I didn't want to put it too far above them. I wanted to make it to where anybody can listen to it now, and even now, almost 20 years later, people still listening. So when I first got in the game, I signed to this very small record label out of Trenton, New Jersey called Rockin' Hard. As soon as I put this record out on this label, it was a small independent label. It made me see that even at 16, I could do this on my own. And we never released another record on their label, even though, there was never any bad blood. When I did my second project, which was thinking of a master plan and in control of things, I wanted to do it on my own. So what ended up happening was there was a small label just starting up called Diversity Records. And being a very young, enterprising man as I am, I just was like, man, look, I want to purchase this label and do this thing. So I ended up acquiring 50% of the label. And at 17 years old, putting out my own records. And I just thought, man, I could take on the world now. I think hip hop is real healthy, believe it or not. I think people, even though they say that hip hop isn't healthy, I think that that's a falsehood. I think what's happening is the majors are having issues, but the majors had never really had anything to do with hip hop. Hip hop was just always hip hop. It came from the streets. It was an element of the streets. And to be honest with you, it's in more streets around the world than it's ever been. My family's doing well, man. Of course, I'm married. I've been married for 15 years, and I have 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. My son is 16, which is hard to believe. And I have a daughter who's 9, and they're both brilliant. My son is actually starting his own clothing line right now. He's very much into art. And my daughter, at 6 years old, started writing books. And, so I've been blessed, man. I wake up every day. I think they think I'm a little bit serious, too serious with them sometimes, but I honestly think that nowadays in today's society, it's real important for parents to, even though they want to, I think too many parents want to be friends instead of being parents. And for me, I didn't grow up like that. My parents were parents to me, and I want to be parents to my children. I've been losing my hearing. I've been deaf now for probably close to 7 years. And if it wasn't in the beginning stages, it was, I think I was going through denial, I wouldn't think of myself as being deaf, and then people would get to the point where they thought that I was actually just ignoring them and getting upset with me, and me, instead of just realizing that I had an issue, a problem, that I would say, hey, I just didn't hear you, and I apologize. But after I realized that I needed to go and get hearing aids, it made me think, look, people need to know, especially in music or anything, but especially music, because that's what I come from. When you lose one of your senses, say if you go blind or You know, it's not like, but like even in Ray Charles's case, I mean, a big piece of you goes away. I mean, it's a part of you. A hearing is a part of you. Everything, all of your senses. Can you imagine touching this table and not being able to feel it? And that's how I feel sometimes. If I were to take these hearing aids out right now, we couldn't have a good conversation. I was sitting here and really have to concentrate on your lips and what you're saying, and it's just, it makes it very difficult. So I say this to say, if you're in music, protect yourself, man. You know, wear ear protection. Fighting, believe it or not, guns. I know we big on gun talk. I mean, that was a big part of my problem, believe it or not. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was all music, loud sounds, period. Shooting guns, bad business. I happened to get jumped when I was like 20, and I honestly think that was a big part of it too. So, I mean, these are good ways that you can lose your hearing. Fighting, loud music, guns, loud noise of any kind could really damage your hearing. And I just think it's important for people to understand that you gotta take care of your body if you want to be successful. I think it's just great to be able to have someone know your story, because each and everyone's story is important. Everybody has an important story to tell, and I honestly think there's a portion or a section or a segment of hip hop that the powers that be tried to rip out and erase. And believe it or not, it was the most important part. Because it was great in the beginning, but our era changed the face of hip hop forever and ever and ever. And it's the reason it's still around today. Yet they try to rip it out, like from the history books, like portions of the Bible or the Quran. And you can't do that. And the only people that truly know the history are the people like ourselves who were there. We were the history. We need to tell the story. We need to be the griot.